Okay,
By all means.
it's rolling. All right, perfect. So guys, my name is Rob Moorman, and I'm a professional photographer. We run a full-service photography studio in St. Petersburg, Florida, and goodness, we're in our 30th year. So the one thing that most people don't know about me is I spent 10 years working in the motion picture industry, late 80s, early 90s, working behind the scenes and, well, taking orders from a lot of famous people. And most of them have no idea who I am probably anymore, but it was a lot of fun doing that. And that was my boot camp for becoming a still photographer. So what made me pick up a camera in the first place? When I was in the film industry, it would die off. And the issue was that it died off during the winter months. And I had nothing to do. So I worked at a scuba diving shop. They had an old Nikonis 5 camera back there. And I would go underwater, take photographs of tourists diving all over in the Tampa Bay area. But the camera frustrated me. I knew nothing about f-stops and shutter speeds. And I went to a buddy of mine that did, and he said, hey, go to school. So I did that. I ended up signing up for a 2-year course, had planned to take 6 months of it, but instead I fell in love, did the 2-year course, interned with another photographer, and haven't looked back since. What obsession I have? Well, I have to say the obsession that I have with my work is that it's nothing like my personality. I'm light, I'm airy, I'm bubbly. My personality more mimics the style of a lot of photographers today, but the truth is I try to mimic old masters' paintings, pardon me. So if you go into a fine arts museum and look at a beautiful Rembrandt, a lot of cloth, low light, heavy lighting, lots of shadows. That's my favorite part of photography when it comes to portraiture. Now, in today's world, you also have to make a living, so we do school pictures, and I don't get to practice that type of lighting in that arena, but if they come into my studio for a portrait, that is what we do. So the one thing that keeps showing up in my work, I think I just kind of answered it actually, but it's that style of photography. I fell in love with it when I was a student. I interned with my mentor, who I'm still in touch with today. I walked into his studio for the first time and saw the work on the walls that to this day, I get teared up from the work that was on his walls of all these families, children, the commercial and product photography. I had never seen photography of that quality at that level in person, and it moved me to so much that I'm still chasing after that 30 years later. What does my work say about me that I would never say out loud to myself is a question that comes to mind. And the fact is that it's very different than I am, but it's very consistent. And I'm not. I'm an ADHD person, literally. And so my mind is full of all kinds of thoughts 24/7 and ideas, and it never rests. But my work and the style of lighting that I go for, somehow I've been able to focus in on and concentrate the whole time. So the one big question I guess that I'm gonna hit on here is that, what my work means to me. I've been doing it a long time, and I've been blessed to photograph. I can't even count the amount of people, the amount of files. I started so long ago, I have boxes of negatives of people's work, but I also have boxes of DVDs and CDs of people's work, and now cloud that's just full. What makes me happy is making people happy with my work. Photographing people, now that I've been able to master, I don't say master, I'm always learning, but get comfortable with my craft at the level that I'm at. It's about the people now. It's about doing what I do for people to make them smile and create a legacy. The legacy part of my photography is the most important thing. Not too terribly long ago, one of my clients passed away, and they called us to try to get a portrait of them for their funeral service or whatever. And it was an honor to me to be able to make a 16x20 print for them to put up at their service, and no, I didn't charge for that. Some of these clients have been with me the whole 30 years. That's what means more to me. I'm gonna start crying on your camera than anything else. That's the importance. But I couldn't have come to this place if I hadn't learned my craft first. The final thing that I have is that I've learned that I don't really take pictures, I make them. We spend our time with each client going over what they wear, the time of day we're going to photograph, where we take the picture. Taking pictures is great in a journalism setting, but if you're trying to be a master portrait artist, you make that photograph. And that's the most important thing I can say to any upcoming photographer, no matter what technology you're using. If you want to go back and be vintage and use film, or use the most modern technology that's out there today to create that image, don't take it, make it.